Hi lovely, you're welcome to my channel. This is Dotman Stitches. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Today I'll be showing you how to cut this Igbo blouse with 2 wrappers. Let's start. So I'm using 6 yards of Ankara fabric, and this is the wording, and I'm going to use this lining and this trimming. So first thing, I'm going to open this Ankara fabric. I firstly cut out the 2 wrappers. So now I'll take my tape. I will make sure 36 length. So this is the one. And I'm going to measure another one, making 2 yards. So now I'm going to cut out these 2 yards in 2 places. So one for the wrapper, and this is second wrapper, making 2 like that. So this third one, I'm going to use this for the blouse. But for this wrapper, I will just open it like this. Then I will fold edge by 1 1/2. Then I will now stitch it downward like this. I will do the same thing to the other side. I will fold it. Then I'm going to stitch it downward. I will do the same thing to the second wrapper. So now back to the blouse. It's going to be off shoulder bustier. So I place my tape. So 4 inches upward like this. Then this is 9 inches for the nipple side, and the 12 inches for the underbust, and the normal waist is 26. So I'm marking it out for the bust. And this is the underbust. Now for the nipple, to the nipple, that is the bust band, is 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Now I now mark out 4. For the underbust also I mark out 4. So I mark out 4 for the downside also. Now I'm going to line it. I will connect all the lines. Now after connecting the line, I will fold the front side like this. I fold that 4 inches. So I now connect the line. I make sure that I connect that line with the chalk. So that's the underbust, and that's the downside with 1 inch allowance. Then I place the tape also. So that's the 4 outside there. Then that's the nipple and the underbust and the where I want the blouse to stop, which is 26 plus 1 inches. Now from the underbust side, I mark out 1 inches. To the downside also, I'm going to mark out 1 inches, because it's going to be a straight blouse without half cuts. So So now I have to connect it with the chalk. Now from the neck side I mark out 1 inch. So from the bust span I mark out 1 upward and 1 inch below the bust span. Then I now connect it from the under bust to the neckline. So I place the tape again. This 4 inches outside. Then for the next neckline I mark out 6 1/2. So I'm going to connect it from that neckline to that 6 1/2 to shape out the neck. It's going to be in form of that love shape. Then to get the armhole, I place the tape again 4 inches upward. Then I mark out 8 1/2. Then I connect it to get my armhole. This is the armhole side. From here I'm going to cut it out. Then I cut out the neck. So now I'm going to cut out the armhole side. So after cutting this it. So now I want to take the horizontal measurement. So from the bust, the quarter of the bust, which is the bust is 36, the quarter is 9. Then I add 2 inches for the seam allowance, so half inches for the joining part there, and also the waist, the quarter of the waist. Waist is 34 divided by 4, that is 8 1/2 and quarter. Then I mark 2 inches for the seam allowance. So I move to the hip side, which is 42 divided by 4, that is 10 1/2. Then I add the allowance also. Then I now connect it together. So I'm going to cut it out. Now for the downside, I just come up by 1 inches. So I'm going to shape that place to avoid that sharp edge. So I have to cut that place out. Now this is the lining that I cut out. I cut it exactly the way the blouse is, but I just make sure that it's just like 1 1/2 inch below the blouse. So I'm going to use it to turn it, and this is the wording also. I firstly place this Ankara on the wording, and I'm going to press it before I now stitch Ankara to Ankara, then the lining with the lining before I now use lining to turn it. So after turning it, this is the outcome. So this is it. So now I'll now use the I will now fold the two together because I want to reshape it. So for the next side, I want it to be like 5 inches from the center front. Then now connect it to the armhole side. Now I will cut it out. So this is the armhole side. Then I will now place all this trimming. I will trim it. I will now place it on the next side, just like this. I will be stitching it like 5 or 6 steps before I will now use lining. This lining that I've already cut out to turn it. I will turn both up and down on the side. So I'm going to turn everything like that and all the side. So now back to the back piece. So I place the tape also the 4 inches upward, and this is the nipple and the underbust and the where I want the blouse to stop. That's the normal length, which is 26 plus 1, that is 27 for the 1 inches for the turning. Then slip allowance, 1.5 slip allowance. Then from the slip allowance there, so I mark out 4 inches for the dart space. So this is the dart space. So I have to mark it out. So I will just notch that side. I will not cut it out. So when I'm sewing it, I will just stitch half for the both sides, half for the right and half for the left side. Then I'll be taking the measurement. I place my tape on that the slip side. Then I now take the cutter of the waist, cutter of the bust, and the cutter of the waist. Then plus 2 inches allowance. So I now connect it together. So back to the hip side, the cutter of the hip with also the 2 inches allowance. So I have to connect everything together now. Now for the next side, I also place the tape the 4 inches upward. Then I mark out like 7 inches. So I'm now going to shape it. So this is the 5 inches. Then I will connect it to the armhole side. I place the 4 up. Then I mark out 8.5. Then I now connect it to the armhole side like this. So now I'll be cutting it out. So I notch out that space and do the slip allowance also. I notch it. Then I'll open that side because I cut out both the two back together. So this is the lining that I'm going to use for the back. I've cut out the same way I cut out the front. Then from the downside, I come up by 1 inches to curve that side to avoid the edges. So this is the line that I cut out, so it's 1.5 inches below the Ankara fabric. So I'm going to use it to turn it. I'll turn all the down, the upper and the side, and also the zip side. So after cutting it, this is it. So now I place my zip. So this is my zip, and this is the dart for the back, which is other side also. So that's the dart. Then now I'll be taking the measurement, the bust measurement, which is 36 divided by 2, that is 18. So I mark out 18, and also the waist, which is 34. So that is divided by 2, that is 17. So and now mark it out. So back to the hip side, which is 42 divided by 2, that is 21. So now I'm going to stitch all this side. So I'm going to stitch all that side, then I'll turn it to the right place. So this is it. So you can see it, and this is all the trimming that I placed on it. And this is the zip side for the back. So now for the armhole side, I'm going to cut out this small channel. So this is 10 inches length by 2 inches width. So this is the second one. So I'm going to stitch that side, then I will now place it on this armhole side. So I'm going to stitch that side now. So after stitching this, I'll go ahead and calculate the measurement of this armhole. So this is it. This 18 inches. So now I'm going to divide 18 divided by 6.28. So I will go and cut out the flared. It's going to be 2-step flared. So this is the fabric I'm going to use. I'm going to use this plain one and the Ankara. So I firstly cut out this. This one will be in down side. So now I'll be marking the 2.5 and quarter. I'll be marking it like that, 2.5 and quarter. So now I form the circle like this. Then I place my tape as well. So I'm going to mark out 9 inches because I'm going to use 8 inches, but for the turning, so I add 1 inches to it. So that is 9 inches. I'll be marking out 9 inches. Now I will cut it out. So now I use this one. I will notch that side. I will use it to cut out the second sleeve. So now I'm going to use it to cut out the Ankara, the second step. So I folded it into two like that. Then I fold it again. So I just place it on top like this. I will cut out the upper side. So I'll be marking out 7 inches, 2 inches below the upper flare. So I have to connect it, then I'll cut it out. So this one will be in 2 pieces also. So everything will be in 4 pieces. So now this is it. So I'm going to cut out the second one. So now I go ahead and use this one to cut out the lining. So this is the 2 for the Ankara and this is 2 for the doll face. So I'll use it to cut out the lining now, and then I will now turn it. Now that I've done with the turning, this is it. So this is the Ankara and the plain fabrics. So this is for the second sleeve. Now I will go ahead to place it on the armhole side like this. So I'll just stitch it round like that. So after stitching it, this is the outcome. So as you can see, it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please try to subscribe, like and share it. This is the back side. So thank you, bye bye.